Hello everyone. So we are almost ready to get started, and that is the card that we're going to make today. So I'm just getting a couple things still here, and I'm going to let some more people join us, and I'm going to have to get my computer hooked up so that I can see your comments. So give me just a minute here, and I'll be with you. Yeah, no, I'm on. My assistant who doesn't talk is telling me to talk. I was just trying to get connected to the computer here so that I could see what's going on. Uh, turn off my volume. Oh, there we go. I see it. I see it. All right. Oh, hi, Teresa. How are you doing? All right. Take off my jacket. Okay. And my assistant is here with me today. So he is going to also be paying attention, and in case I miss any of your questions. Hi, Judy. Thanks for joining us. All right. So give it just a couple more minutes here, and then we'll get started. How are you guys doing today? Are you are you guys hanging in there? Doing fun stuff? Are you guys crafting? We've been even though we've got short hours, it feels like we're running around with, like chickens with our heads cut off. So but we are trying to stay on top of it. We've had to, make some changes here for you guys, and for us it's kind of fun. Oh, my dad's joined us. Awesome. Hi, Dad. Scrappy. Hi, Scrappy. Well, hello, Renee. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Kathy. Diet Coke again today, Kathy? Oh, good, Teresa. Hang in there. Are you still teaching? Or are you having to still work with the kids? I've gotten mixed reports on what the teachers are having to do these days. So, hi, Laura. Okay, so it looks like we've got a bunch of people here. And so we are going to work on this beautiful card today. But before we get started, I just want to show you guys a couple things. Oh, and my assistant is on phone duty while we are live. So I wanted to let you guys know that Donna did that beautiful sunset card class, and so she's done making kits, but Scrappy has brought in the photos. So these ones here, we have two sets. My volume, I think my volume's up. Hold on. Yeah, it is up. Okay, so for those of you guys that are having trouble, I have ordered a microphone. I just don't know when it's coming because, that's how deliveries are these days. So I'm trying to talk as close to the phone as I can. But turn your volume up on your computer if you can as well. I know some people yesterday were having issues hearing us, and some people were fine with it. So anyways, so I wanted to let you guys know that we have these in now for those of you guys that wanted some extra pictures or just wanted the pictures. These ones are amazing though. When you see them, they're actually printed on like a metallic photo paper of some sort or another. So the colors sing like crazy. They are amazing. And we've got, I don't know how to get any closer without climbing like into the phone. Okay, you guys, I'm doing my best. Can some of you guys hear me? Okay, Judy, I'll set a set. You want to set of both of them? I'll set those aside for you. Okay, so anyways, that's that. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I am trying to talk loud. I am only maybe 8 inches from the phone. Ooh, and my special water from my assistant has just arrived. So, awesome. Are you guys ready to get started? Great. Okay. So, today I wanted to talk about a few different things. This beautiful card is one that was designed by Tailored Expressions, and they sent us this awesome little kit of stuff. A bunch of different things in here. Not everything was in this kit, but so this was supposed to be a make and take that we were going to do here at the shop, but it seems that is it better? Is it better? Awesome. Okay. So it seems that we can't do make and takes right now. So we're going to do the online one. And I wanted you guys to know that we have a lot of this stamp in stock, and we have a lot of this masking stencil. So I'm also gonna, we have some other designs of masking stencils too, so I'll show you those. But I wanted to kind of walk through how we did this card. So one thing, let me take these masking stencils. Let me show you some of the variety of the masking stencils here. See, I'm a little more prepared today than I have been. See, I'm just gonna get better, you guys. So there's an ovals, and then you get 2 masking stencils in here, and 2 of the I don't know what they're called. You got one with holes cut out, and then you've got the holes too. And we won't be using like the what are these things called? It's really hard when I'm talking all by myself because there's nobody here to help me find the right words. So anyways, so maybe in another video down the road we'll show you how to use both parts, but today we're just going to use the one with the cutouts. But so we've got hearts, we've got rectangles. Hey, did you find that card sample with the rectangles, assistant? Okay, he'll look for that. And then we've got circles and we've got squares. So these have been really, really awesome, and I love them. I did a sample also with the rectangles. Okay, so in here, when you get these, I didn't actually prep mine, but I'm going to show you how to do that today because, well, we have some time. So this particular one comes with 2, and you get a whole bunch of squares in there, but I'm going to leave those in for now. And so the one we're going to use on our project is this one today. But I'm going to do my prep on this one. And the reason is that just in case I make myself a mess and it doesn't dry, I don't want paint all over the other one. So if you have black distress paint, oh, yeah, there we go. I'll show you guys that in a second. So if you have black distress paint, you know, like we used for the rulers, this will work perfect for that. So hopefully if I zoom in, let me scan here so you guys can see. If I zoom in, do you guys see those little lines right there? Those lines are going to be very important coming up. So what you want to do is you want to grab your paper towels, and I like black soot distress paint, but I don't have black soot distress paint. Well, I have it, but I couldn't find it. So let's see if I can get this one to work. Yeah. Well, this was the part that I didn't actually plan. Oh, that's because this thing's all dry. Okay, assistant. You gave me a big smile. He loves this game. I'm certain. Can you go get me a fresh one of these? Somehow I think this one got left open. All right. So, one moment. Crafting by the seat of our pants, it turns out. Here I thought I was going to be all prepared today, and then we have product foul. But I'm going to need a pair of scissors too, because now I have to open it. I'm just building suspense. That's what we're doing. Okay. All right. So, oh, hi Kevin. Hi Elizabeth. Awesome. And you guys can hear me, so that's good. Sounds like at least a good portion of you guys can hear me. Glenda, hi. Carrie, great. Okay. We are, I think, coming with this would be my paint delivery. Thank you. Thank you, Bigfoot. What a dingbat. I gotta love it. Okay, so I'm I'm going to use a dauber paint. I don't know. Let's see if I can get this one rolling. All right, I don't think this one's... Oh, gosh. All right, hold on, you guys. I'm going to just go pick a different thing. My assistant has done the best. I don't have... All right, you guys. Well, I don't have any blacks that I can find. So, let's see. All right, there we go. All right. So, again, really like Black Soot Distress Paint for this because of the dauber top. Today, I am going to make this work as best as we can because this is how we are rolling these days. So, I think this will still work just fine. So what I'm going to do, so with the dauber top, let's say this guy was actually working, I would take it and do little sections like this, and then I would scrub it off. But because I don't have that as an option, I'm going to take this and do little sections, okay? This demo part is a lot longer than I thought it would be, and it's just because we're having paint issues. Okay, so this might shake the camera a little bit, but so what you're going to do is as you sort of polish this, all that paint stays in the crevices. You see that there? And so what that'll do is later that will allow you to see those a little bit easier. So just do this real quick. And anytime you have these masking stencils, I do really suggest that you just get them out of the package and do this, because when you pull them out later, you are going to be so happy that you did this. Okay. So the thing is you have to use paint. When we did this demo with the ruler, we got a lot of questions from people about, well, I have the distress ink. Will that work? The distress ink will not work. Okay. And the reason is because the ink is not permanent, right? It reacts with water. So anytime that you get your stencil wet, like say for cleaning, it is going to just rub right off. Now, when you use the paint dries, acrylic paints dry permanent. So it's going to stay put. That means this is a permanent modification that I have done. But on the slippery parts, like the flat part, it'll just come right off. So I can turn this over, and I'll probably just finish it later because that's fine. But see, those little dry bits, they'll just polish right off, and you can clean up your stencil any way you want to. But you get these lines in here, which are going to be important for the next part. Okay, good enough on that part. So I just put down parchment paper to do this because I love this mat for a lot of things, but cleaning paint off of it is not as easy as as I would like it to be. So there's that. Let's get into the card. Okay. So what we're going to do is we have an A2 card here, and I have my white in this little bundle that they gave me. I do need a t-shirt. That would be awesome. Oh, good. You're welcome, Sue. I'm glad that demo helped you. Okay, let's see. All right. And okay, so Vicki, you don't need to do it to every stencil. You do it to the stencils that have this little etching on them. So like if I had just a regular stencil that just had cutouts, then the paint wouldn't do me any good. The paint is going to sit in these etch spots and mark it. Now, if you're using Tim Holtz's stencils and you like to know what number they are, then you can do that on the number and you'll be able to easily tell them apart. Because oftentimes if you look online for, various designers from his team and stuff will mention the stencil by number. And so all of your stencils are marked by number. So if you have those done just like we did here, and I guess it doesn't really matter if you do it in red or black, it all shows up, but you'll be able to read it. See, I didn't really finish this part down here, but see how you can see the words too. So you would see the numbers on his stencils as well. So anything with an etching is where you want to what you want to do. Okay. Oops, I got a little sidetracked with what I was doing here. Okay. So this is just a white paper. They sent us some white paper in this kit, so I figured everything's already in this bundle, so I would just use this. It's an 8.5 by 11. Now, 8.5 by 11, for those of you guys, most of you guys might know this, but some of you might not. So if you cut an 8.5 by 11 in half, this is 11 inches, so you cut it at 5.5 inches, then you score it this way, you will have an A2 card, okay? So what you do when we're creating the panel, like the white panel here, we're going to get 4 panels out of an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So first I'm going to cut it, and I think this is all in frame. So first I'm going to cut it at 5.5 inches, okay? And then I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4. And I'm just going to do this to all of them right now, because then I want to show you something with the stencil, and then I'll trim it down. Okay. So this guy right here, this is my A2 card. I'm just going to turn it over to show you. So right now, my panels that I cut are the exact size of the card front. So if I take this guy that we did our inking on, and if I line my piece of paper up to the back side, do you see how it is perfectly aligned with the outside line? Okay, the outside line on these masking stencils is your A2, so that's what that line means. Now the inside line is your A2 mat size, so that is going to be this panel here where we cut it down just a little bit, and then you have the reveal of that, because we have this cool blue card, right? So we want that to show a little bit. So that means we need to cut our panel down, and we need to line it up with that inside line. Okay. So let me grab my trimmer again. Yes, Andrew, I will do that. I'll post it on the YouTube channel too. Oh, and then Kevin, the sayings in the stamp set, I will show you guys the full stamp set here in a second. Yeah, give me just 1 minute and I'll show you. Okay, so I'm going to cut this down to 4, because it was 4 1/4 this direction, so I'm going to cut it to 4 inches. And then it was 5.5 in this direction. Oops, I like this side better. 5.5 in that direction, so I'm going to cut it to 5 1/4. So all I did is cut off 1/4 of an inch on each side. Okay, and I'll get this one out so you guys can see it. And then if I put it on here straight, that is, there we go. And see, then it lines up perfectly with the inside line. See how slick that is? Oh my gosh. So the cool thing about lining it up with these lines is that when you do your stenciling on here, it'll be perfectly centered this way, right? And then you have the perfect spacing. Now, if I wanted these squares lower, I most certainly could. Say I wanted them in the middle. I'd have to find middle, because that's not how this stencil is designed. But I can still keep it centered this way on those lines, and it'll keep it in the middle of the thing. So you do have some options with this that you can move it around, but these lines help you keep it where you need it to be. All right, so we just got in a new product from Sizzix. This is the Maker's Tape. Now, for those of you guys that were at CHA Preview Night, we have a whole bunch of them. I think, oh, the phone just rang, so he can't tell me. I think we ordered in 30 or 50 of these, because they are such a great value. Really good value. So you get 2 rolls in here, and they are, I don't know, yay long, it looks like. Let's see if there's some information on here. Nope. No, oh wait, 19 feet, 6 meters. Is that for one or both? Not sure. Well, there maybe Taylor is joining us today, and if Taylor is on here, maybe she can give us the answer. But anyways, it's quite a bit of tape. Best value, they're like $3. So for 2 rolls, I know, so good. So this is a low tack tape. It is meant, because it's from the makers of Sizzix, who specialize, of course, in dies. So it is meant to be able to hold your dies in place, and it is a low tack, so kind of similar to like a purple tape, something like that. And it's got this cool grid on it, so if you needed to, you can use it to kind of help you get things lined up as well, which is awesome, right? Awesome. So anyways, I wanted to let you guys know about that, because that is oh, Dad, you have some microphones? Okay. Well, we'll try that here soon. Okay, the only thing I have to find the end. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this guy here and we're gonna line it up. And you guys maybe can't see this as well as I can, but maybe you can. So we're gonna line it up like that, and then this is where I need one extra pair of hands. So I'm just gonna take my tape on the back side, just like this, and once I get it straight and where I want it, apparently I have to do this quietly because I can't think very well. Okay. Then I'm just gonna secure that tape, and I'm gonna take another piece, and I'm gonna do it on the other side. Okay. And so the cool thing about this is, even if you weren't using this tape, you were using something a little bit stronger, if it ripped, it's just going to rip on the back of your paper because of the way you attach this. So there's nothing taped to the front of the paper that's going to be your card front. Cool, right? I know. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're gonna just play around a little bit. So when Tailored Expressions sent me this kit, they sent me their inks here, and we don't necessarily have these inks in store. They blended beautifully. That's actually what I made the card from, because I wanted to try them out. But today I'm going to do it with some distress inks, because you guys all have distress inks at home, probably at least some, or some kind of blendable ink, and really this technique is good for any of the blendable inks that you have. So today we're going to use our life-changing brushes. I really, really like these for doing a project where we have to do the blends. So I labeled a couple of these so that I would be ready to go here. Oh, whoo, I just knocked over a cup, but it was an empty cup. Ooh. You know that minor panic when your special water goes goes for a spill. Eek! So today I grabbed tumbled glass, twisted citron, and squeezed lemonade. So I marked my yellow one and I marked my blue one. Now, do some of you guys, oh, Laura, the maker's tape, I think maybe you asked that question before I just showed you how to use it. But if you've got more questions, we'll probably be using it as we go along. So okay, so I've got a couple brushes here, and I'm not sure if you guys are new to life-changing brushes. I know some of you guys have them because we have been in love with them for a little while now. But they are awesome brushes with kind of a little flexy head and tons of bristles. So what you want when you're using your life-changing brushes is you always want just a piece of scratch paper right by you. Okay, so the scratch paper, what it does is it's going to allow me to clean some of the ink off of my brushes as we go along. So I pulled out a couple extra brushes because after we did this one, if you guys are interested, I also wanted to do a warm palette version of the masking, just so you could see a different version of the colors. So I like personally to start from light to go light to dark. So what I'm going to do is this mat here, we have these gray mats in stock if you don't have one. This is the same mat as that bright blue one that was out for a really long time. Same mat, but the gray one works a little bit better on camera. It's not so vibrant. And you can see your colors a little bit better if you put ink and stuff on here. But what I like about it is as it holds your ink pads in place. So you don't need that extra hand. They just kind of hold from the bottom. So we're going to take and put some ink on here. You can always test it on your scratch paper if you want. Now, squeezed lemonade is a really light color. So what we're going to do is I always start off my paper, and then we will just kind of start to circle and fill this in. For this particular card, I do not want my squares ultra inked. I just want kind of a light color. We're going to do a light blending on them because I'm going to come on and stamp with the stamp, which is going to have the full ink color. I want to be able to see the butterflies over the squares. Okay, now I am getting a little bit of yellow up in this one, but that's what I want because I need to blend these colors as we go. So I'm gonna just say, that looks pretty good. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is, because I want to save my clean brushes for the warm palette, I'm gonna grab a little bit of Twisted Citron here and just test, make sure I'm good. All right, and then I'm gonna come in. So this one today is going to look a little bit different than the sample one that you guys have seen because I'm using some different colors, but that's okay. I think that way we get even more variety of what things look like. So again, I'm doing kind of a wide swath, so I'm getting a little bit of green up here, a little bit of green down here. Okay. Just like that. Now, I want to move to the blue because I kind of want to get my colors laid down before I go too far into how dark I want these colors. So I'm going to just, because I'm sort of sharing this brush between the blue and the green, I am going to rub it off over there. And then I'm going to pick up some broken, this is actually tumbled glass. Now tumbled glass is a light blue. I could have gone with a darker blue too, but I just knew that the colors I had chosen already were pretty light. So I may need a more of a broken china than a tumbled glass, but this is what we have for the moment. So this is what we're going to work with, because that is the kind of crafting we're doing right now. So plus I think maybe my tumbled glass might need to be re-inked, it feels. Well, it's always something, isn't it? No, but that's okay. My assistant could always pop up and grab me, see if he could find me the tumbled glass re-inker. But then I would also need him to find me the craft scraper. So that might be a lot to ask, huh? Ah, he's gonna look. Okay. Yeah, that would be great. Okay, so let's say this is pretty good, because I don't know about that tumbled glass. So what I want to do at this point here is I'm pretty happy with these blends. I might take a little bit more green down here, but we'll see. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to very carefully peel this off the stencil and just peek. See, I actually really like it, you know, so I think I'm going to just pull it off. I think that is gorgeous. So it's funny because when it was behind the stencil, it didn't look like we had it very vibrant, but once you pull it off, it's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. All right. So I'm going to tuck those right over there. I think he's looking for the re-inker for me, which is awesome. Thank you, assistant, my dear assistant. Okay, I have to tell you, crafting by the seat of your pants is really fun. It's even better when you have an assistant. Right? Oh, he's walking away now. Okay, so Kathy, good question. How do you clean the brushes? All right, there is a couple ways to do this. I don't clean my brushes very often, like clean wash, but in between colors, what you can do is you just take this scratch paper and you just scrub. And if it looks, I mean, see, there's not much in here. It's partly because we put the ink on light. But earlier I was testing colors, and so I had a little bit more ink in there. But so I'll show you guys too. We got in some of these. So this one here, what I'll do is I will post the video to this on Facebook later, just so you guys can see the whole process of how to use this. You use this in the sink. You add liquid soap to it. You just stick your fingers in like this and you scrub. Okay, so these ones are only $5. We do have a number of them in stock at the moment. We don't have them in stock? Oh, no re-inker. Okay, it's okay. I think I might be okay. So anyways, if you guys want these, this is a really nice tool because it's a silicone. And so when it's under the water and with the soap, you just kind of scrub it until your water runs clear. And I do the whole thing in this video, so I'll post that. It's actually on our YouTube channel now, but I'll post it on Facebook so that you guys can see it. And if you decide that you need one of those, be sure to let me know. So Vicki, you have not used your brushes yet. Okay, so I'm going to give you a challenge specifically to pull out your brushes and just put ink on them and try them. Get a stencil, do just kind of like we did. Even if it's not a masking stencil, any stencil will give you an awesome result. They're so cool. They are so cool. They're called life-changing brushes, and they're very aptly named. So now what we're going to do is we are going to grab this guy here, and oh, assistant, can you grab me my glass mat? I love having an assistant. It's the best. Thank you. Again, for those of you guys that joined me yesterday, it is just because this table is a little bit dented. So on my Misty, you can use magnets. No, a glass mat. That is most certainly not glass. Thank you. Okay. This is just because the table's melted from the heat tools. Okay, so you can use magnets to hold things down, but because my stamp is so big, what I'm going to do, I have sticky grid on here, and I just kind of leave this on because it holds things in place. I love the sticky grid from Sizzix, and I do think we got some more packs in. Is that correct? Okay, I saw a thumbs up. So yeah, so we got some more packs in, and I think it was the bigger packs, and you can actually cut them down to whatever size you need them to be. But the nice thing about that is you can just put it right here. Now there's also, that comes with the Misty, there's some paper things that come with it that you can put down also to protect this acrylic, but the distress inks, they wipe off so easy that it's no big deal. Okay, so this is the stamp that we're going to use, and this is the stamp set. So you guys asked earlier what was on the sentiments here. It says, with sympathy, you're on my mind, with love and thinking of you. So the one I used was thinking of you, and we might do you're on my mind today. That one seems like a nice one, because right now we've got a lot of friends that are on our mind that, you know, we don't get to see, obviously. So what you would do then is you would just kind of line this up, and I did this one before, and so I just kind of look at where the butterflies are in the sample, and honestly it's not going to really make that big of a difference, right? So, because how does that look? Good? It'll take 45 seconds for me to see if you guys say, yeah, we like that placement. So I'm going to go with, you like that placement. So I'm going to need some black ink. That's what I forgot. Maybe the VersaFine Claire, if we have that, because that one is awesome. Okay, so I'm picking this up. Now, this works really well with minis, but I didn't have minis in these colors, so we're just going to kind of play this by ear and see how this goes. So what you want to do with this is we're going to stamp the just in portions. Do I have a VersaFine Claire? Mm-hmm. Okay, in black. Thank you. Why did you take it away? Why didn't you just drop it at the table? Oh. Oh my goodness. the world's weirdest serving tray. Okay. All right. Okay. So, all right. Let's see who. Hang on. I don't know if he's. I'm trying to catch up on comments here. Okay. So my assistant can maybe go through the comments and pull some stuff for people because we have it all in stock right now. Okay. So I'm going to just give this guy a stamp here real quick, and this will sort of let me know where it's going to be on here. I don't have my green on here yet. So what I'm going to do is just see how, I don't know if you guys could see that, but that yellow is obviously much more vibrant than my blue. So my blue is going to take a couple rounds. But I had a pretty hard edge on my yellow, so I just took my finger and fanned it out a little bit just to soften it. So, oh yeah, oh, this one is going to be really vibrant. Oh, this will be so pretty. Okay, so now I've got the yellow, and I'm going to add in a little bit of this twisted citron. And it's okay for the colors to kind of cover each other because that is where you are going to get those ink blends, okay? And the ink blends between the butterflies is what we actually do want. So now I did bring over another blue if this blue is not juicy enough, because I guess we don't have the reinker. Look at that. Oh, this is coming out so pretty. Okay, so I'm actually loving these colors because, you know, the vibrancy is, I just think it's super fun. Okay, the yellow is coming along nicely. Actually, my blue is coming together pretty good too, don't you guys think? Kevin, I do have an awesome assistant. He doesn't speak much, it turns out, but he does come when I request him. Yeah, most of the time. So, all right. Okay, I think that looks pretty great. How do you guys like that? And that was easy, right? So we've got the masking stencils, piece of cake. We've got some color blends in here. And, you know, if I wanted, say, the yellow to go up into that green just to give it a little bit more, what I might do is just add in just a little bit more yellow and bring it a little bit higher. I don't want to take away all of that green, so, but I do want a little bit more yellow in some of those butterflies. And I don't know how much that's going to show up, but okay, so I am happy with this. What do you guys think? Yes? All right. I'm asking questions. I don't know if you guys are answering me. Probably not, but all right, so let's go with You're on My Mind. So here's what I like to do kind of at this point is, oh, let me go grab this. This wasn't in the directions for the make and take that they sent us, but as I kind of, you know, I like my stuff really straight. So what I'm going to do is I want my sentiment to go, say, right about here. So I'm going to put a sticky note right there for the time being, okay? And then I'm going to put my sentiment. So that way, when I go to pick it up and I stamp it for the first time, I'll be able to see if it's straight. And then if I like it, then I can move it. I know there's a way to line these things up, but I find this one works pretty well for me because I've done it a number of times, and sometimes these guys aren't cut straight on the rubber. So this way you know for sure what you're gonna get. So okay, let's talk about this ink. Many of you guys have this ink now, I think. When this came out a while ago, we fell in love with it instantly. There's a whole range of colors, but this, obviously the Nocturne, that's the black, is an amazing stamping ink. In all the colors, it's amazing. It covers really well. If you're using those silhouette stamps, you know, that are sometimes very difficult to get coverage on, this one is the very best ink we have found for that. So, okay, so what I'm going to do is just like this. All right, and then I'm going to hold it up. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I think it does. Okay, so now I'm happy with that. Although my card is a little, I think I'm happy with it. Okay, so now I'm going to ink it up. Just like that. Pop it over. And boom. There we go. I somehow managed to get black on that. How did I do that? Was there a fur on it? Oh, that could have been. Who knows? All right, so card front done. Easy, right? Did you guys like that project? I think it was pretty fun. Put that right there for now. Clean that later. That's my motto. Clean it later. All right. So let me get my scoreboard and we'll get this thing scored and then we'll glue on the gems. I'm going to need the glue assistant. Okay, so remember we talked about cutting the 8.5 by 11, it's just right there, 8.5 by 11 in half at 5.5. Oh, this one's at 5. Did I cut this wrong? Oh. You know what? We're going to do it from the beginning because that's not even the right size. Thank you. I don't know why it tickles me, but it sure does. Dang that. Yeah, that's sticky to be cleaned later, right? That is a good trick. Then the next trick is you have to actually clean it later. Okay, so now we have this cut to 5.5 and 8.5. It's 8.5 this way, so half of 8.5 is 4.25, and the scoreboards. This is a really, really thick paper, so I'm going to score it just a couple times. Okay. So it's got a decent score in there. So this is a new trick that I just sort of discovered the other day. If you cut your own cards and you still have trouble getting them perfectly even, if you line up the edges on your scoreboard and do like that, and then use your tool, you stand a much better chance of having even edges. So I found that little trick right there to be a game changer for me, because I was, even though you swear you have done a good job cutting, sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. So, okay, so now we're going to just glue this on here. And then for the butterfly bodies, they sent us some gems, but really any gems that you have work beautifully for it. You can use sequins, you can use stickles, you can use whatever you have on hand, okay? Because that's what we're doing these days. So I have a bag of, they sent these, and these ones don't have any adhesive, which does make it a little bit more challenging, but let's see what we got. So I'm going to just put a little. So we used this glue yesterday. This is where that fine tip comes in. See how teeny tiny of dots I can get on there? So, oops, might have been too big of a gem, but that's okay. There now, right? That's the, okay, that one's too big. I gotta move it to a different butterfly. This is the part apparently I have to think, because I have to actually make a couple decisions. So, and you would think that I could make decisions while talking, but apparently it's trickier than it might seem. There we go. That's better. Let's see. And oh, sorry. I I was trying to read the comments and do some. My assistant is telling me to keep blathering on. So, anywho, so I'm using this one here, and I think this one will hold these on pretty well. And then whatever gems you have, this would look really pretty with stickles too. I just happen to have these because they were all in the kit. So, there we go. And maybe one more butterfly down at the bottom with a couple big ones, and we'll be set. So anyways, this is the project I wanted to do today, and I'm so glad you guys joined us. Let's see. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. I am actually reading the comments right now. So while I finish up the gems, if you guys had any comments or questions about the process that we just did for any of this, type them right here, and I'll kind of re-explain things while I'm finishing gluing, okay? But I feel like we covered a lot of bases today, but everything is pretty doable. So, and I know Vicky is gonna go and she's gonna practice with her brushes that she just needs to take out of the bag, probably. And then she'll be so glad she did and wonder why it took so long. But not to worry, we all have those projects. Things that are like, oh, I've got to do that, I've got to do that. I've got lots of them at home. And now that we have lots of time on our hands, we can get caught up on some of those things. All right, so there we go. I think that's quite lovely. I actually really like the bright colors. Those are super fun. So again, we used squeezed lemonade, twisted citron, tumbled glass, and this is this awesome stamp set from Tailored Expressions. And it is the new, and we use the new masking stencils, which are this one here and this one. Oh, you guys, and I didn't even do the bright colors. Oh, hi Marjana, thanks for joining us. Let's see. And do you guys want me to do the bright colors, or do you guys want to play around with it on your own? Somebody's at the door, it looks like. Okay, it looks like I've got a roll. Thank you all for joining us, and it was really fun today. We will see you tomorrow at 2. Alrighty, bye-bye.